mile 1 here on the Loeb, straight up from the northern trailhead.
The Daniel Boone camp.
And not really feeling it yet. I don't know, did we ride a trolley up here? How did we get here? I'm not feeling anything.
I'm feeling a little bit like I drank maybe one too many IPAs last night, but otherwise no worse for wear. We got a big breakfast at the Whiskey Hotel this morning, and we caught our shuttle out here, and it's been, you know, a steady 1 mile climb we've done in 1 hour. So it's been all small steps getting up this hill, and we still got a lot of hill to climb. But this is just the first report in
3,900 feet. We've gained said about 500 feet, I guess, from the trailhead. So if we can keep plugging away,
we'll get somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Joel and Andy on the Loeb Trail.
Stay tuned.
So yeah, stay tuned. It's going to get really exciting. Well, as you can tell by the markers there, we've made it to the ridge top finally. We've gone 3.8 miles from the Daniel Boone camp, and we've gotten to the ridge top finally. We've been climbing since we started this morning at what, 9:15?
Yeah, about 8:20, I think.
8:20. So 8:20, and it's 12:15, and we just stopped here on the ridge top to take a little lunch break. And there's a campsite up here on the top of the ridge, and behind me there is the trail out along this ridge. It's going to take us to the Shining Rock area where we hope to rendezvous with Mark and Peyton. You know, we've got the worst of the climbing behind us, and it wasn't really as bad as we thought it was going to be. I think our preparation and getting in shape really helped and paid off on the first leg. We got a lot more tough miles to go, but nothing that's going to be any tougher than what we've already done.
Good 1,000 feet to go.
Yep. So anyway, you know, that's what, 4 hours in, and
yep.
we're doing great.
Doing about a mile an hour, which isn't bad for the altitude we gained. So I think we're doing pretty good.
And the weather's good up here. It just feels like we're sitting in an air-conditioned room. I would estimate maybe around 65 degrees and just a gentle breeze blowing. It's humid. We've been sweating a lot, but we stopped at a spring or a branch on the way up and got water about an hour ago. So we got plenty of water to drink and water to carry with us to the next water stop. And I guess that's it for day 1, lunchtime. All right, from the Loeb Trail. See ya.
Over now.
Yeah, we're checking back in here, just really not even 30 minutes since the last check-in from Cold Mountain. But we just broke out across this ridge top. Over there, that mountain I'm aiming at, if you can see it, is Cold Mountain. And then look at this view going out across this valley. I hope that the camera can pick all that up. You see the mountain in the distance with the tower on top. That's Mount Pisgah. But that's a beautiful valley down there, and we're headed kind of across that ridge. It's between those trees there, if you can see that. I don't know if any of this is, it certainly, there's no way the camera can do justice to what the eyeballs are seeing.
No.
No way.
No. You just got to be here.
You just got to be here. And there's no way to be here except to go get your gear and
There's no no way to be here except to be
to
here.
be here.
Yeah.
But first you got to be there and then come here.
You got to start from there.
You got to start and then eventually, you know,
Get here.
you're here, and then you got to suck it up and enjoy it while you're here, because then you got to go back there.
There ain't as fun.
Nuh-uh. Nope.
Okay.
So with that wisdom we have now imparted upon you, we'll sign off from this beautiful spot in the Pisgah National Forest. Adios. Shining Rock. Shining Rock Happy Hour with Joel and Boz,
Cheers.
aka Rabbit Hole and Jay Swizzle.
Yes.
Beer pong too.
Beer pong.
Here comes here.
We are sitting on Shining Rock,
Yep.
On it.
and you can tell because
We're
it's
thinking
quartz.
about buying it.
It's a ginormous piece of quartz up here on top of this mountain that is probably what, 5,000 feet?
Joel could tell you with his GPS.
We're somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 feet, having
Bet we're above that.
a really good whiskey drink and taking care of some well-earned business here. We got to Camp 1, which is at the base of Shining Rock, and got it all set up. And Peyton is taking a nap.
5,956
That's
feet.
where I get 5,000.
We're almost 6,000 feet high.
Yeah.
That right there is going to be
Black balsam.
Black Balsam behind Mark, and that's at 6250.
62 something.
Joel and I will summit that tomorrow on our way across the Blue Ridge Parkway and towards the Davidson River Campground for days 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. Any comments from the crew? From the crew on.
I couldn't have done without you guys. It was tough.
And hey, just for anybody watching this that wants to come to Shining Rock, look, it's really easy.
Oh, sure.
Just take the Shining Rock Trail.
Take
It's
left.
obvious.
Yeah,
it will
left.
take you to
Stay
where.
left.
Stay left.
Yeah. You stay left.
Stay
you'll
left,
come right
and
to it.
you'll come right. I mean, exactly to this spot.
Piece of
And-
cake. We came right here.
Yeah, right here.
About what,
Didn't-
5-minute walk
We didn't have
up
a.
from the campsite?
Yeah, it was
If
nothing.
that.
5 minutes.
If that.
Yeah, you know, give or take. Right. And it's worth the view.
It's
must
worth
say. Yes. Incredible view from up here. All right, from Shining Rock, happy hour. Woo-hoo! Well, folks, it's midday of day 2 on the Loeb Trail. Tried to update this morning from camp over at Shining Rock, but my battery was dead on the camera, so I've been charging it all morning. We have had a really great morning. It's been, you know, we've climbed up here to the top of Black Balsam Mountain, which is 6,250 feet, I believe. It's a gorgeous day. You can see the whole world from up here. We just kind of refreshed and got some electrolytes in us. We've been sweating like crazy. And had a lunch break. Sat down for a little while and rested. And so now we're just packing up and getting ready to get back up on the trail. But anyway, I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, but it is really spectacular up here. We haven't had but just a brief rain shower since we left the Daniel Boone camp. And we're going to be heading out that way towards that big hump that's kind of that way. is eventually we're going to cross over that. We'll start out going out here across the parkway, and then I think we curve back that way. But anyway, Joel, what you got?
I got stuff in my teeth.
He's picking his teeth.
I got jerky in my
He
teeth.
doesn't need the extra weight going down the trail with his
Get that out.
with his morsels between his teeth.
Good thing
But-
about these picks is they last a couple days.
Yeah, you can use them and reuse them, and then you can give them to your buddy and let him
Right.
use them. But anyway, now that we've grossed you out on this one, we're signing off from the top of the Pisgah National Forest on Black Balsam Mountain. We'll update when we get into camp this evening. Later. Well, we have made Butter Gap Shelter area.
Deep gap.
Oh, I'm sorry. Deep Gap. Night 2. We're all set up. There's Joel. He's doing some yoga right now. There's my tent up the hill a little bit. But it's a pretty grueling day today. I mean, from the time we left Shining Rock, it was just a massive climb, massive downhill, coming down to the Blue Ridge Parkway. They call it the stairs, and it literally is like stairs, but you only get every third stair. You know, there's just nothing but debris in between the stairs. Anyway, it was really tough. Long climb up to what was the mountain before Black Balsam?
Tennant Mountain.
Tennant Mountain. It was over 6,000 feet, and then on up to Black Balsam Mountain, which was 6,250 feet, I think, where we had lunch, and you know, a really beautiful view from up there, and enjoyed taking a little break before the afternoon grind. And it was pretty rough this afternoon, just descending down all the way down to the Blue Ridge Parkway, and then on down. We had to do one more ascent over Sassafras Knob. And that was a pretty good climb up. The trail was a little bit better on that climb than it had been earlier. And it was better coming back down the other side of it than we had getting down to the parkway. But we're set up here. We got water. We found the spring. We had to go hunt for the spring, but we got our water hung up over here. We're now out of the Shining Rock, so we can actually make a fire tonight. And you can see we're getting very close to happy hour now. The sun is getting a little lower in the sky, and it's starting to cool off just a little bit, and there's a breeze blowing.
Yes.
So
Nice breeze.
nice breeze. We're having a chili mac and Texas
State Fair chili.
State
Yes.
Fair chili for supper tonight.
It's chili night.
Yeah,
out
so
on the trail.
there should be some music on the trail tomorrow.
There's so much distance between the tents.
So anyway, that's the update from the Butter Gap area. Tomorrow,
Deep Gap area.
golly, why do
You
I
want
keep
us to
saying
be at
Butter Gap?
Butter Gap's 7 miles.
I'm tired and
further down,
delirious
but-
for one. Yeah, Butter Gap is on where
That's
we
where
thought
we-
about making tomorrow night,
Like to be by tomorrow for sure.
but we're hoping maybe to even go further than that tomorrow. But anyway, that's the confusing update. So from the Deep Gap Shelter, we will check in the morning. Over and out. Well, it's the third morning, Friday morning, and we have awakened at the Deep Gap camp area that we set up last night, and had some interesting things during the night. Right now you're looking at Joel cutting off pieces of tape and patching the bare holes in my platypus water bladder. During the night, we had a visitor that came through camp and for no apparent reason decided that he wanted to chew on stuff. There wasn't any food out. We had all of our food locked away in that bear canister right there, and he didn't fool with that. But he chewed a hole, went over and chewed on the platypus and chewed a hole in that, and then got my stove kit and chewed a hole in the little cup that goes on the bottom of my MSR stove. So that's all. If that's all the damages we got off the bear last night, we can live with it. We patched the holes in the water bladder, and right now we're packing up. Joel's tent was right here, and we found the trail where the bear came up. He went right down the hill through there. And anyway, that's it from Deep Gap. We're gonna get up out of here. The gnats have been real bad here too, so that has been a little unpleasant, but we didn't let it slow us down. We had a good night last night, and Joel and I both slept better. So that's it from Deep Gap. We'll check in down the road. You got any comments, Joel? Does that do it? All right, from Deep Gap. Later on. Captain Joel, we're live from Butter Gap.
Butter Gap Shelter.
So how was the morning hike over to Butter Gap from Deep Gap?
With an exception of Pilot Mountain, it wasn't too bad. It's a pretty big descent. Once you get up Pilot Mountain, it's about a 500-foot climb from Deep Gap Shelter. Then you drop 1,200 feet on the other side. Pretty quick. It's a pretty tough switchback.
It's a toe jammer.
Toe jammer, for sure.
We made it here to Deep Gap Shelter. I'm gonna back up and you can see our packs over there. And then there's a pipe down here, this little stream that's flowing in. We just restocked our water supply, and we had lunch, and we drank some electrolytes and electrolytes. Putting back some sweat, putting back some stuff that we sweated out, and we are getting ready to hit the trail with one more stop to top off water, and then on to Chestnut Knob. And look at there, the ghost of Butter Gap is upon us. So that's it from Butter Gap. J Swizzle. Well, we're down here to the sock and boot tree grove. Where are we? Do we know? We don't know.
I don't know.
That
North Carolina.
That would normally be scary. But after surviving the bear attack last night, we're not scared at all. Well, actually, after happy hour. Whiskey. Oh, I gotta zoom in on Captain Joel's camp shoes.
Oh. They don't keep the bears out of camp though.
Well, you didn't have them on. That's what caused it.
Should have left them out there.
But we past Chestnut Knob is what was our intended camp spot for tonight. Night 3 on the Loeb Trail, our final night. And we really humped it about, what, 11 today? We had our longest day.
We did 10 and a half, I know
the hiking was the easiest of all 3 days, but you got to put that in the context of you've already hiked some of the hardest stuff that you could ever do. So our bodies, as you could probably see, Joel's moving around kind of stiff, and I am too. So, but this is our little camp we came up on, and we were so thankful to find it. It's not much, but it's just right, and we only have about 3 miles tomorrow. So we'll get up in the morning and do our thing and get up out of here.
We might let Waffle House cook breakfast for us.
We might even make Waffle House, Whiskey Hotel for breakfast. So anyway, from Camp 3 on the Loeb Trail, anything to add? We're both brain dead. We're both exhausted. This trail lives up to its billing as being the hardest thing you could ever do. Thank God for all the stair climbing. And
did we tell about the bear encounter last night?
I think I told about the bear encounter. Yeah.
Well, the platypus is holding water today.
Yeah, let's go look at the surgery that we did. The bear thought he had sunk us by killing us with the by biting the clean water reservoir that we have for the platypus water filtration system. But Joel had some tape that rendered his efforts useless. So we are sitting here right now drinking clean water, and the bear can just he can just, what can the bear do?
Screw off.
Yeah, screw off.
Yeah.
You stupid bear. Yeah, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
So anyway, we got happy hour from Camp 3, final night on the Loeb Trail, and we're happy tonight because the torture is pretty much over.
Yeah.
And we're moving on to the Nantahala Outdoor Center to meet up with Mark and Peyton tomorrow night. And there's a band playing on the river, and we'll have a little victory celebration. We'll check in from the southern terminus at Davidson River. Later. Well, we finally getting toward the end of the trail. It's Saturday morning, and we are at Stony Knob campsite where we spent our last night, our third night in the Pisgah National Forest. And we got up this morning, we've had our coffee and our breakfast and all of those morning things you got to do, and we have cleaned up our campsite. Tents are packed away. I'm wearing my pack already. But we're getting ready to get up out of here and march towards the Davidson River campground, which is what, 3.5?
3.5.
3.5 miles to go, which is a cakewalk
to Waffle House.
So we will report in from the southern terminus of the Loeb Trail, and it's just been an incredible adventure. It's been challenging beyond anything I've ever done, and it's just been loads of fun, and we're happy to be on the south end of it. So we'll see you at the trailhead. Adios.
Swizzle.
We have reached just about the south terminus of the Loeb. We're walking up to the big bridge that signifies being done. You can see sign to the campground. You got trout fishermen down here, and we're crossing the bridge over the beautiful Davidson River. Let's see, looking upstream. Final update from Swizzle and Beer Pong. We are letting some other walkers go by while we enjoy the view right here on the Davidson River. But this is the end of the trail. 31 miles. Art Loeb really was exactly what we thought it was going to be. It was just a test of will and a test to see if your feet could take it. But we didn't go hungry, we didn't go thirsty, nobody got hurt, and we made the trip in exactly the amount of time that we had planned on. The weather gods smiled on us, and we really had just unbelievable weather. You know, just a brief rain shower is all we had the whole time that we've been out. So we got extremely lucky with the weather, and so now we're getting ready to walk up around the corner right here, and yeah, we got some bikers. And you see that right there is the parking lot. The parking lot. The land of cold beer. And lots of other creature comforts that we've been without for the last 3.5 days. So anyway, from the Art Loeb trailhead, Beer Pong and Swizzle out. Hey Joe, how's that pinner?
My pinner's delicious, Andy.
Is it?
It is. This is the best pinner
I bet it's not more delicious than my pinner.
I don't know. It's pretty delicious.
Pretty delicious, isn't it?
Most
Yeah.
delicious pinner I've ever had, actually.
But I actually think my pinner's better because it's mine.
Okay, man. You hadn't tasted my pinner.